And let me make this point. From listening to you on all these shows, I'm so jazzed and overjoyed that there is a connection between the wrestling that I know and love and Doc Sarpolis, who started the whole thing in Amarillo in Texas and started the whole funk vein of wrestling. He's the
Right.
one who turned Dory Funk Sr. into Dory Funk Sr. And Dory Funk Sr. is the one who started Amarillo, which is where Florida was birthed.
Right.
And so by its very genetic, by its very DNA, when Terry Funk would come to Florida, he's coming to an extension of the thing that his family created. So it's like he was so at home, and that was the vein of wrestling that he was comfortable in, and I was comfortable watching. And I mean,
Yeah,
um,
after Dory Senior died, Terry was so distraught over it that the first thing he wanted to do was he wanted to get out of town. He was having relationship problems with Vicky, and the first place he wanted to go was Florida. He came to Florida for most of '74 and
wow,
worked a lot.
oh wow, and I just missed that. But I have to tell my tale of woe. Oh, maybe save it for. No, it was 75, so I will tell it. I'll tell it quick since I already told Tony off the air. But my greatest disgrace as a wrestling fan, December 10th, 1975, a date that will live in infamy. Couldn't get tickets. We always could get tickets. On this particular day, the fix was in. Everyone knew we couldn't get a good seat. We didn't go. I told my dad to go down to the convention hall, get tickets, which I didn't always do, but I wanted to see a classic Dory Funk, Jack Briscoe title match. That was what we did at the time. That was the classic match at the time. I was a student of the business. I saw this magazine cover from 1974, Dory Funk and Jack Briscoe, greatest match in 40 years. I'm like, hey, they're working. Let's go. My dad's like, couldn't get tickets. I'm like, oh, well, not a particularly great undercard anyway. And it wasn't. And the next day, I look at the paper. Terry Funk wins the NWA title from Jack Briscoe. And I lost my only opportunity to see a world title match change my all-time favorite wrestler, Terry Funk, win the belt in my hometown arena. And I missed it. And it will be to my everlasting shame. And so
Yeah.
that's my nightmare wrestling fan story.
But who knew? I mean, it was advertised as a, Dory Jr. and Jack match, and
Oh, man.
they were doing a lot of those in those days, so you figured you'd see it again,
Kind of,
so
yeah. I'm like, to me, it was just a great chance to see Dory Funk and Jack Briscoe, and it wasn't really a tremendous undercard. I know King Curtis and Cyclo Negro were on it. Um, you know, uh, so tragic, but
so
at least it happened.
what was it like being a fan? How did you perceive Eddie in those days as you picked up from 75 going forward? He'd been there for almost 15 years at that point. He was the overarching babyface in the 60s. A lot of people knew he was, in ownership now and in a promotion end of it because he was always getting some kind of civic award on television or something.
Right.
And then he was tagging with his son. I mean, what he worked 70 matches in 1975, which was a fairly light schedule, for that time period. So he worked in Miami and he worked in all these different places in Florida from time to time. What was it like as a fan? How did you perceive him?